Dame. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, John Jackson Jr. back. John Jackson III joining him as well. JJ3, let's start with you, man. Now, we talked to your dad earlier, and, you were here. It's been a big year. You went through a lot. What was it like, going through everything that you were going through at home, and also being a guy adjusting to college life and trying to win a spot on the USC football team? I mean, this is a lot going on in your life.
Yeah, definitely. It was hard, definitely with the situation that was happening, but, allowing, just trusting, what he taught me, and just in my head keeping that I'm doing it for a big purpose than me, and just, keeping that mindset, and that really pushed me and allowed me to get to where I am today.
JJ, what's it like being able to watch your son out there, run out there? I know we've heard it from many sources, but let's hear it from you again. Like, what's that feeling like? I can't imagine. I'm a father, little girls. What's it like to have your son run out to be a Trojan?
You'd be a puddle.
Right. Well, trust me, Sean, when you get the chance to see your daughter, because she's beautiful, she'll be a cheerleader for SC. Okay. You'll be crying.
I'll be crying.
You'll be crying like I am. So, they always have a team walk for the team every game where they come down. And he'll tell you, it was hard for me to make it through that part for the first 2 weeks. Yeah. I thought he was going to ban me from being down there, but we made it through.
Yeah. No, it got to that point though. He's breaking down. I'm like, geez, I'm trying to be focused.
Well, yeah, you're trying to keep your game face going, man.
We got a big
Come on, Dad, it's week 4. Let's get going.
All right, JJ. So you are a host of this show, as I said, not a guest. So let's put you to work here. What question do you have for our guest here?
Well, the first thing is, and this is what everybody at home can see, is that now the argument is over of who looks better.
Oh, no, that's okay, so I clearly won that one.
It's been a discussion, but no longer. I now prove that I am the best-looking John Jackson walking the face of the earth.
You guys sure have to put up with every day?
Was that the question? It was a rhetorical question.
It was just a comment.
I thought I'd answer it myself.
Well, how about this? Your father never beat Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
This is something we talk about every week, every Notre Dame week going back. He never beat Notre Dame. You have a chance to win one for the family this weekend.
Definitely. Notre Dame's obviously a good team. You've seen what they've done in the previous weeks. Coach KC really preaches, not just whether the DBs, talented, of course, but, they're really fast and they really attack the ball. So, big plays, big run plays, like back in Washington, you saw Steve Carr break one. That was set up by, a really good block by Tyler Vaughn's on the outside. And, that's one of the things, especially like when I go in, I try to make sure, if they break that second level, it's important that, I'm there making sure my man's not making the play and making sure my man's not making that tackle. So that, without a doubt, that's one of the things that's preached the most. Of course, the coverages that they run, we go through that. But I think the aggressiveness that they have when they attack the football, that's one of the things that we're harping on all week.
I always wondered this. You had a successful father in an NFL career in football. How hard is that? When you're the son of a successful player. Obviously there's points you can pick up and teach, but what are the hard parts of that relationship that make it difficult? Like, Dad was in the NFL. I mean, that's going to be a tough situation sometimes.
I think one of the things I'll tell him is jokingly I'm serious, but he'll take it as a joke. I'm going to beat his records, and starting to see.
Do you know how many catches I have?
No, I definitely got it written down in my locker. But seeing, knowing that he's done that, that kind of pressure where if I don't beat that, then I'm not better than him. So,
you got to get to 168.
Oh, no, I'm definitely better than him, I'll tell you now. He knows that. But, just knowing, the success that he had and, just seeing the – not just.
Did you see my highlights?
Oh my God! Here we go. Just seeing the marks that he had, that definitely makes it.
You see how sweet I looked in the #1 jersey?
Those jerseys, though, and that thing was loose. I looked back at those highlights.
It was,
that jersey was loose.
Yeah, the belly button showing, the whole thing.
Yeah, that even made it harder.
Oh, that was hideous.
If you get personal fouls, you can't wear it like that anymore. Hey, scout your son for us, JJ. How is he similar to you as a receiver, and how is he different?
Well, I think that the thing that he does well is he catches the ball well. He's always had good hands, believe it or not. Going back to even 9 years old, we used to have to move him to receiver if we wanted to throw the ball. We had a quarterback that could throw the ball about 25 yards in the air. If we wanted it caught, we had to move him to receiver. So he's always had good hands. He just doesn't have the looks. That's the only thing that's missing.
What have you guys talked about as far as this Notre Dame rivalry? Obviously, JJ, with the records held in that game. What have you guys talked about? What does it mean for this family and the Notre Dame rivalry?
It definitely means a lot. going back, I was always raised, Notre Dame's the biggest game of the season. He's like, you can do whatever you want, but Notre Dame, you have to bring home that trophy, and you have to beat that team. So, growing up, that was always big. That was always harped on. All Notre Dame games we'd watch, and, we'd even break them down after. We'd sit down with DirecTV and going back and forth, trying to watch different plays, and, that rivalry was always harped, and it's always been big for me.
I'm assuming you've been to a USC Notre Dame game at South Bend. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, what was your first one? What are your memories?
Jeez, my first one. I want to say I was like 13. I want to say.
Which is, do you have any idea which year that was?
I have no. 2013.
Okay,
yeah.
so you haven't seen a win then?
No, unfortunately.
But do you think it helps? I mean, Coach Helton was talking about. You get a little wide-eyed. You walk into that stadium and all the history. You think it helps that you've at least been there and sort of experienced it a little bit, that you can sort of try to treat it like a normal football game?
Yeah, definitely. From just experience, just going out there, just making sure you focus on, your job, your assignment. Coach Helton always tells us, simplicity helps. That's one thing that, I keep in mind. My first game, obviously, I was out there, like, looking around.
Yeah.
But, after the first play, I just took a deep breath and, the same thing as practice. That's why you work hard. That's why you give your best effort in practice. So you can come out to Saturdays and do what you're supposed to do.
For this bye week, what do you think that has been the best part of this bye week for the team after that tough Washington loss?
Personally, I think, just sitting on that loss for that amount of time, not really being able to go Saturday and get your anger out. Just sitting there and like, you know what, we have a choice. Like, we're about halfway through the season. We can either get better or get worse. And, just after talking to guys and, seeing the different tempo that we have when we lift weights down to practice, we're seeing a lot of guys be more accountable. And I think that's one of the biggest things, just being able to sit on that loss.
JJ, what's the dream scenario for Saturday? You're sitting there watching on TV, and you watch your son catch a winning touchdown pass in Notre Dame Stadium. Imagine that.
Wow! If that comes true, you guys are all getting calls from me to take my call.
Another puddle.
Take my call.
I
mean, just the chance for him to play in a
Yeah.
USC Notre Dame game. I mean, that's a huge thing for me. I mean, it means a lot to him, obviously. I would warn you, don't get too hyped. I made that mistake. I was exhausted before the game started, and we lost. Like George said, we lost every single game. But if you get too excited and you get too into it, you oftentimes burn all your energy before the game starts with adrenaline. So you got to be careful. Yeah, just relax and play your game. And catch the ball.
Either way, JJ3 is going to look good out there in that 80, the best looking member of the Jackson family right there.
Oh,
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
We established that? Isn't that what we all
that's
said?
been established. That's why I had to branch out, step away from that.
All right. Hey, we love having JJ back exactly where he belongs with us on Trojans Live, and a debut for his son, one of many to come, as his USC career is just beginning, a third generation.
Yeah, now get off the set. You're not going to take my job. Get off.